bit about yourself, just as a human.
So I'm from a town similar size to Merritt. Bit of a quieter life, so it was nice coming over and living in a place that was pretty close to home. Hardworking guy, come from a hardworking family, driven, everything like that.
What got you into competitive hockey?
Started playing hockey when I was 4, and then I wanted to be a goalie, and my parents put me in this tryout for this team, but if you got cut from the team, you ended up playing in this thing called Silver Stick, where I was able to be a full-time goalie, and then I ended up making the top team, the rep team, and then just sort of kept going from there until now.
And how did you get involved with the Merritt Centennials particularly?
So yeah, after my season last year, I played in a town called Pickering, about 20 to 30 minutes from me here in Ontario. And I was looking to come out west to the BC, and I didn't really have any options. And then I got a call one day when I was actually in the middle of a nap from Tyler Steele, the goalie coach from Merritt. And he said they were interested, and I just jumped on the opportunity right away. It was my first real interest, and yeah, that's sort of how I got out there.
And how would you describe your teammates, both in terms of hockey players, but also as people?
Yeah, it was a great group. It was the closest group of guys I've ever been on. All of them great hockey players. We made a lot of trades and stuff towards the end of the year, and everyone we brought in just ended up fitting, and then everyone got along. And like, not many teams can you say that you can hang out with anyone on any given day, and it's never awkward or there's never any tensions. We just had such a good group, and everyone was so close. So,
what's your favorite memories from your time with the Sens?
I think one of my favorite memories was a 2-week span in February where we swept Trail and then swept Samaram the next weekend. That was a big moment for our team, and we all came together a lot then and had a couple good games. Everyone was hanging out during that time too. Everyone was getting closer, so that's probably one of my favorite memories.
What would you say your best game and worst game was?
I would say my best game, it would either be, my best regular season game would be when we beat Salmon Arm in February, the first of our back-to-back against them. We won in shootout. It went to like an 11-round shootout. Both me and Pulver, Salmon Arm's goalie, were having a really good game, and it was just a cool experience to be a part of that.
What about the worst one?
The worst one? Oh, there's a couple of those. I would say at the start of the year against Coquitlam, we played them in the Seattle Showcase. I had a really tough game, like 6 goals. We lost in overtime. I had like 24, 25 shots. That was a tough one.
Ouch.
Yeah.
What do you think the conditions in both the best game and the worst game? Why do you think the outcome was like that?
At the start of the year, it was the faster league. There's more travel. There's a lot of stuff I couldn't figure out at the start, so that's sort of why. I had a really tough start to the year. And then the Salmon Arm games, loved playing Salmon Arm. Played them in preseason and almost got a shutout against them. So when I went into that game against them later on, I really wanted to get a shutout. I didn't end up getting it. I got it the next night, but I had a little extra motivation going into that.
And now that everything's been said and done with the Centennials and the transition is going on, how are you feeling?
Feeling good, yeah. It sucks we weren't able to go back next year to Merritt and give the town another good season, but yeah, everyone's grateful for the memories and everything the town provided them, and just everyone's looking at, trying to make a decision that's best for them going forward.
You yourself, how do you feel about the Sens transition into the KIJHL?
It's sad. It's sad for the team, for the people that helped kept it going for so long, for some people like Rusty and Rabbit, but I think it'll be good going forward into the future. I think they'll be a really competitive team. I think it's a great town and people are going to want to come. I think they'll always be a top team in that league, and I think they won't get into the struggles that maybe the organization faced for the last few years. So I think in the future we'll be good long term, but it definitely is sad for a lot of the people that were a part of the organization.
What's your message to the fans still in Merritt?
Thank you for everything. Everyone on the team felt the love and support the whole year, and at the end of the year, going around doing that final lap, we could all see how much you cared and how much you appreciated us, and it made it even harder to leave to know that we weren't coming back next year. So just thank you guys for everything.
What's the next move for you?
Getting settled in back home. I still have to unpack. I only got home on Monday. So doing that and then just sort of seeing what options there are for next season, talking to some of the guys too, and maybe seeing where they go and seeing if that's an option. And just sort of waiting and seeing what teams come about, if there's interest or whatever. That's sort of what
So
the next couple of weeks looks like.
So just try to like see what's going on with, like, try to stick with your Sense crew and see if you guys can end up in some same teams? Or
Yeah, so like when one team reaches out, you sort of text a couple guys, just hey, like who have you talked to, or hey, what's going on, what's your plan? Just everyone's sort of keeping updated with each other because everyone wants to play with each other one more time. So a bunch of people try to keep each other updated on what's going on.
you got any particular teams that you're hoping to get on board with, assuming other guys want to get on there?
None in particular. There's definitely a group of teams that guys are feeling, and a lot of guys have the same ideas on where they want to be, but it's hard to say in particular because it all just depends on what those teams have planned for next season or what they are bringing in, who they want to bring in, or things like that. So they sort of have to wait and see what options there are.
So between now and when that happens, though, how are you going to readjust back in Ontario?
Just seeing all my buddies, spending time with my parents, seeing my brother, sister, stuff like that. Just getting back into the life here.
Whereabouts in Ontario are you at?
Whitby. Well, I live in Oshawa now, but I'm from Whitby, Ontario.
And my last question for you, I end every single one of my interviews with this, no matter what subject. What is a fun fact about your time in the Centennials? There's no right or wrong answer to this. It's just, what's your fun fact?
Well, at the end of the year, I've never been much of a walk guy, but at the end of the year, I was doing like 2 hours of walking a day. I would just like walk up and down the street. I don't know, it was nice. Ended up really enjoying just like walks out in Lower Nicola.
Oh yeah, no, it's beautiful here. Yeah.
So that's kind of something.
I learned from Aiden, because I interviewed him yesterday. I didn't know you guys were guitar players.
I'm not. I played the ukulele.
Or well, a lot of you guys, he said anyways. He was like, yeah, there's a surprising amount of us. I was telling him how like, yo, you guys should get like the OG Sense, come back, but like as a band with like guitars and you can bring your uke.
Yeah, there's a few guys that could probably do that for sure.
Yeah, I think that'd be dope. But anyways, yeah, thank you for your time, man.
Yeah, no worries. Appreciate the call.